Hey Joe, it's Sandy. I'm so excited to see you get shot out of a cannon today. I just feel like I've always envisioned you flying through the air at high speed, so I can't wait to see it.
Listen to me. I'm not getting shot out of that cannon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So you hear about this? This is in the news. Joe Rumrill's getting shot out of a cannon.
Whoa, really? Oh.
Colin, not to cut you off, and I'm sure that's the premise to a really funny monologue joke, but I just wanted to say that get your facts straight. I'm not going to be shot out of a cannon.
Hey Joe, you better get changed real quick. I can't wait to see you blast out of that cannon. I can't freaking wait. Do it.
Mary, it really seems like you're pretty enthusiastic about me getting inside that cannon, but I gotta say, it's gonna be a big no on that. I'm not getting shot out of a cannon, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. See you soon.
Hey Joe, it's Hayden Maxwell. Cannot wait to see you get shot out of a cannon. I think this is going to be one of the best things I've ever seen. Good luck, buddy.
Number one, Anthony Overbeck, very sneaky, but you're not Hayden Maxwell. Like I said, you're Anthony Overbeck. And number two, you're not getting shot out of that cannon. Bye. Joe, I just want to say how proud I am of you getting over your fear and getting into that cannon. I feel like I know you better than anyone, and I do know how frightened you were of blasting yourself to Kingdom Come, and I'm so proud to be you at this moment. Thank you. Joe, I really expected more from you, especially because I feel as though you should know, of all people, that I am too scared of being shot out of a cannon, which is why I called the show Joe Rumrill is Too Scared to Be Shot Out of a Cannon. Come closer. I'm too scared.
Well, I answered all my messages. It just feels comfier in this. Whoa, Elvis Presley, what are you doing out here for a third time?
Well, Joe, I couldn't help but notice that you're kind of going through what the doctors may call a blue Christmas.
But it's early to mid-November.
I know. Talk about sad.
You make a good point. You know, it's tale as old as time. I'm scared about getting shot out of this cannon. Everybody wants it. Everybody's yelling at me about getting shot out of this cannon. It's like high school all over again. I mean, once I can understand, but every day after the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, a little excessive.
Oh, boy, let me tell you, there should be some kind of hotel of heartbroken boy like you.
Okay, we all get it. You're Elvis Presley.
Don't backsass me, boy. You ever wonder who killed Buddy Holly?
Wait, you know how to fly a plane?
No, I do not. Let me tell you something. That really helps.
Kind of poor taste.
Listen, what I'm getting at, Joe Rumrill, is that you lived a good life, right? You ran a couple of good shows, huh? Grown a valiant attempt at a beautiful mustache.
Well, this thing is doctor's orders. So.
And all I'm saying is, you even achieved your dream, what you said before, of making your own TV show.
Wait, no, TV show, that's not my dream. That cowboy bullshit with Eliza? No. My dream's always been to one day burst through the head of a bass drum and say, "That's all, folks." But I'll never achieve my dream, you know? Nothing could ever give me the forward momentum I'd need to burst through it. That bass drum would have to be placed just so, you know?
Listen, Joe, not to be cryptic, but sometimes all a man needs to accomplish his goals is to get over his greatest fear.
Well, you couldn't have been more cryptic, in my opinion. But I do understand what you're saying. You are giving me advice right now.
All right, but you do understand the advice, right?
Yeah, Yeah, advice. I get it, huh? Advice, guidance, or recommendations typically given by someone regarded as knowledgeable or authoritative. In this case, the king of rock and roll. All right? I understand. Yeah, sure.
All right, so you're gonna shoot yourself out of that cannon.
Cannon? No! What? Is that what this is about? No, I thought you came out here to like buck up my confidence to try out for swim team or ask a girl to the harvest dance or something. I'm not gonna get shot out of that cannon. I've said it a million times tonight. I'm too scared.
All right, fuck this. You're on your own, all right? Okay? I'm gonna go find a toilet to die on.
Out this way! Turn around. You really just came all the way back out here to just help little old me?
Yeah. Plus, you want to get your money's worth on this costume.
Yeah, I know. Secret, the costume part. But back to the you helping me out part. That's one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me, you know? I tell you what. Not to be cryptic, but I'll see you next week.
Next week? What could possibly be next week? Why, the only thing I can think of is Nick Naney's solo shows here. Let my people eat seconds. But I mean, I don't. But he's funny and everything. But I'm next week.
I mentioned that I'll see you next week. Because I'm about to go blow myself into it.
David! Attaboy! Any last words?
Well, I can think of some, but it's more of a question, really. But it's a question for the president, Congress, and the Supreme Court. All three of them. I doubt they bought tickets to my little annoyance show.
My boy, you some kind of bird brain. Don't you see them right there? Here they are.
Whoa!
President, Congress, all them.
I thought you meant like Congress. Well,
The floor is yours.
okay. Well. First of all, I'd like to say what an honor it is to be in the same room with the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court all in one room like this. How often does this happen? Am I right? But to my prepared remarks, let me start by directing your eyes to the calendar. Most specifically, the year part of the calendar. It's 2016. We're living in an age of iMacs, iPads, and Pizzones. Innovation lies behind every corner this nation turns. However, there lingers an untapped, underutilized technology that frankly leaves me baffled as to why we, as a country, are neglecting to use it. Mr. President, Speaker of the House, members of the Supreme Court, I'm just gonna come right out and ask point blank. Why aren't more boxing gloves on the ends of springs popping out of things? It's staggering how rarely, if at all, I see a boxing glove on the end of a spring pop out of a birthday present, a kitchen cupboard, or an elevator door opening. I'm confused to no end at the scarcity of this hilarious occurrence. We are human beings, and as far as I know, the only species who have mastered the art of attaching boxing gloves to the end of springs and having them pop out of something you weren't expecting it to pop out of. So, honorable members of the court, why is this? It cannot be the expense of the items needed to create such a contraption. The average cost of the materials of a boxing glove on the end of a spring would really only amount to the price of the boxing glove and the big spring it's attached to. Furthermore, the ease of which to make the mechanism is almost alarming in its simplicity. You attach the boxing glove to the end of the spring and coil the spring back, encasing it inside an unassuming enclosure. And wait until that enclosure is opened, letting the boxing glove pounce forth, preferably with a satisfying organic boing sound. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know much about science, but that certainly sounds a heck of a lot easier than making a silly atomic bomb or a rocket ship to the moon. People, I want to live in a world where my children and my children's children think twice before opening the cookie jar. Because instead of cookies, a boxing glove on a spring is probably in there and going to pop out. And they're thinking that because, heck, I'm there too, and I'm chuckling sneakily. I want to live in a world where a boxing match is not won with the boxing gloves on the boxer's hands, but by the boxing gloves on the end of the springs that pop out of the boxing gloves on the boxer's hands. And I want to live in a world where a robber works really hard to crack a bank safe. And then, after, he rubs his hands together in anticipation of the riches inside. And then he opens the safe, and inside is a note that says, "Sayonara, sucker! Ha-ha! Signed the bank tellers!" And a trapdoor falls out from under him, and he falls into a pit with poison scorpions. One of the scorpions bites him. It's pretty bad. His vision is blurred a bit, but through the pain, the robber finds a bottle of antidote for the scorpion poison. Thinking he's gotten it all figured out, he opens the antidote bottle, but inside, there's actually very little antidote. And a whole heck of a lot of boxing glove attached to a spring that knocks it out cold. And did I mention it's all caught on video? I'm talking about WMD's, people. Weapons of mild delight. Anyhow, the rest of my initiative is typed up in a binder inside this ordinary everyday 10-inch by 10-inch box. To be given directly to the president. Here you go, Mr. President. Don't open it just yet. Maybe wait until you get home and open it in front of the family. And a camera. Thank you, everybody. Wow, man. Beautiful.
Oh, hey, thanks. The trick is to use just the right conditioner.
The music!
It's real heroes from the movie Drive.
Oh!
But that's pales in comparison to the song that I wrote for you, Joe.
What? You composed a piece for me?
Sure, I wrote you a requiem.
And a cultured joke.
Also, just kidding. It's not really so much of a beautiful song as it is a song that I wrote Mario Paint using only the pig noise. See you later, Shrimpleton.
Another callback! Well, I guess now it's just me and that cannon. Eliza.
Joe, it's time.
I don't know. Joe. Doorknob. And Tim. Attached.
Joe. It's time.
Joe, it's time.
You already went, okay?
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Joe?
It's time.
Guys, I'm too tired of making excuses. You guys, excuse me. Sorry for using the oldest excuse in the book here, but I'm gonna go shoot myself out of a cannon. Can I have a little emotional music? That's perfect. Exactly what I want to get shot out of a cannon to. Goodbye, everyone.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful.
2, 1! 40 minutes later. feel a depression coming on. I'm sorry to break. I'm sorry to break to you. I'm sorry to break. It's like a whistling sound. It's very faint right now.
It kind of almost sounds like a screaming infant.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this: did tonight's forecast call for it to rain whiny babies?
Nice. Sounds like a little idiot flying through the sky.
Yeah, big little idiot.
Big little dumb idiot.
Yeah. Well, you know, the only one way to compete with that.
That's right.
Bring out the A material.
All right. Give me a hand with old Basie here.
I say, sir, that's my bass drum.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. This is my kick drum. I'm sorry to break again, but it's like it's getting louder.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
Ow!